Ronnie Coleman, who said, if he can pick it up, it's lightweight, baby. Fuck everything in your body telling you not to do it. If you have that mindset, you're not gonna fucking hit it. Dude, just chase the pump, just like I said earlier, fuck volume. You wanna be sick punch, right? You wanna push to the heavy ass weight! Yeah! You're gonna come in here and you're gonna hit the same amount of reps, the same weight, and you're gonna stay at the same place. Chase that strength, chase that physique, have a mental image of what you want, and go reach and grab that shit. If you're always striving to be bigger, stronger, there's no way you can't fail.
I don't even know. There's a different breed, honestly.
I just embrace the craziness. Just get distracted a lot and.
But do you like go crazy like Manic Mike? You know what I'm saying?
We get real, man. We get going.
I wouldn't say I'm manic, but we definitely have some spurts of energy sometimes.
Training for aesthetics or training for strength? What's your go-to?
Oh, for me personally, probably aesthetics.
Yes,
I think there's something about just
good.
yeah. I mean, you gotta, if you want to feel good, you gotta look good.
Oh,
you
sure.
could be as strong as you want, but if you're, I mean, it's satisfying being strong too. But I personally like to look a little bit better. If you're just like skinny, it's not aesthetic.
I think that's the big thing when they talk about it, where it's like,
yeah.
If you're just training for aesthetics and not for strength, like what are you even doing in the gym? It's like
Exactly.
But if you're looking big and you're like looking good, like aesthetic wise, that's not what they're talking to. They're talking about the skinny boys right out of high school.
Yeah, you gotta have some respectable mass on you before you can be like aesthetic or.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I could tell younger lifters is to bulk for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Before you even cut, because
that's something
a lot of guys will like do their first bulk when obviously they get the newbie gains, and they'll just gain 10, 20 pounds their first 8 to 12 months, and they're like, okay, I'm looking a little bit chubby right now, I'm gonna cut. But like that's the time where you're gonna make the most gains.
Yeah, no,
you just need to like eat as much food as you can. Not as much. I mean, obviously track it. It's good to track your food, but like eat
Take
food.
it slow. But you should never be losing weight when you're in that period of time.
No, you should be gaining weight. Yeah. Obviously, I don't like lean bulking personally, but honestly, first 3-4 years, if you're skinny, especially like how we were, definitely focus on bulking for those 100%. First few years.
It's worth.
You'll feel better in the long run.
It's worth not looking. Well, and here's the thing: like sometimes, like when they're that young and they're lifting, they'll think gaining weight they're starting to look like less good because they're not as lean as before.
Yeah.
But I can promise, like once your like chest and shoulders start filling out, even if your abs are a little bit more glazed over than they were when you were 13, you look so much better. Trentwins, I know they're getting on prep in a couple months, so we'll see how they do at their show. But I think they're doing a powerlifting meet first.
I knew they were doing that. I didn't know they were doing a bodybuilding one though.
Yeah, I think they said in the next couple months they're going to start prep.
That's dope.
And we'll see how they look lean, because
I mean they got nice builds. I mean, I kind of like when I see Zach Jennings next to them. Like they kind of have similar builds. Obviously Zach's like taller than them, but and Zach looks pretty good when he was on stage. I think it was this past fall.
Yeah.
I think it was November.
You're right.
Because I followed him. Because Michigan boys, you gotta like look out for
stick together.
No, just kidding. I don't even know them, but I mean I'm from Michigan too, so I think
you gotta
I'm
represent your state.
More like a fanboy at this point because I don't know they're from Michigan and like I don't know. But yeah, no, Zach Jennings looked really good, like aesthetic wise, but he's also super big.
Yeah.
And low key, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw him do his competition, I was kind of like, frick, like he's like twice the size of me, and I think he won his national qualifying show, but then he like got like, I don't know, I think third or maybe fourth or fifth or something at his national show, and I was like, bro, I got like 5 years until I'm like that big.
Well,
Obviously he's taller, but it's like kind of discouraging. I'm like, dang, I want to go be an IFBB pro one day, but
I'll say this.
I had to take a
though.
bunch of gear for that.
Exactly. I'll say this though, I'm not like super knowledgeable in bodybuilding,
Yeah.
but I want to see Trentwins and Zach in like open. Because you see some smaller guys beat out Zach because they're conditioning.
Yeah.
But if
I mean,
we're going
his-
on size, I think they could.
Yeah.
But either that genetically gifted, I think you could just
I
go
did look
all
at
out.
especially Zach's size. I did look at his size compared to like his competition. He was definitely bigger, but that was the same thing when I did summer training last year. I was bigger than a lot of the guys, but a lot of them were just like skinny boy, just like
The
diced to the
conditioning's crazy.
bone. And I'm like, how the heck do you get so diced? Like I thought I was diced, but nah. Like
Dude, it's
I would
nuts.
need like a
It's
solid whole
nuts.
another month before I got as diced as them, and it was like kind of discouraging.
But yeah, I
mean, it
think
is what
I
it
think the
is.
guys like let's go to Trentwins' point. I think the guys like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, they weren't doing like some weak volume weight.
No.
They were got 8 plates either side, squatting for 12 reps. It's like,
I agree.
dude, it's just
As somebody that like
insane.
does aesthetics, like Caden over here, when I tell people like, I always joke around like, oh, aesthetics is better than strength. Like, I mean, I'll be honest, I like training for strength as well. Like, you gotta like push yourself and become the best version of yourself and get stronger. And obviously, you need to do that to like build muscle, but you gotta look good.
Yeah, honestly, and I think it comes down to like the safety of it too.
Yeah,
Like
I think a lot of
love-
it's a joke, to be honest, when the trends didn't say it. Like, I think they say it just to say it.
It's like when C-Bomb said sumo's cheating.
Yeah, exactly. But everyone takes it on.
But,
They're like, oh,
come
sumo's
on.
cheating, so that's like a trend. Like you see anyone doing sumo nowadays, they're like, someone's
Yeah,
like,
you're
yo,
like,
don't
you
you
kind
know
of
that's
look
cheating?
around, you're like,
And they're like, where do you hear that from? Like, Sebum said it. It must be true. I mean, to a degree, it's a little bit easier, but I mean, still,
Yeah.
people that pull sumo, they're lifting 600, 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, that's still hard.
hey, yeah, dude, and especially if you're competing, if it's legal, I say do it.
Oh, exactly.
But no, yeah, I mean, I think strength is fun, and I like strength training, but I feel like aesthetics is where like you kind of get the lifestyle. I mean, as cringy and dumb as that sounds, like the whole lifestyle. Oh, this is lifestyle.
Bro, it's
No, I mean,
nice.
yeah, exactly. But no, I feel like that's where it comes in, like having that mindset of wanting to look good and feel good.
Yeah, I agree.
Versus, I think strength training, it's more that competitive. I think that's where it's kind of a sport of its own, and they're totally separate. It is kind of cool how it can come together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, guys, if you want to try their workout, it's what we just hit. It was kind of good.
It was rough.
To a
I'm not
degree.
used to doing that much volume with heavyweight.
Yeah, exactly. They always say, like,
Gnarly.
stop training volume. I mean, they do volume, but, like, they do, like, heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
And obviously, we can't, like, I'll use
I
bench
think
for an
we
example.
can.
We can't bench anywhere close to what they can bench. But, it's like 500.
It's insane.
I saw that, I'm like, whoa. I mean, I don't even care. Like, they're like 21 years old. And I'm like,
I know. Oh, I hate when I
bro.
see people younger than me like lift more. Oh,
No.
it hurts. But
I've seen some 18-year-olds that are like,
dude, that
massive.
pisses me off.
Not even, they don't even train for strength, but they're just
No, they just
massive.
lock
I'm like,
in, they're
bro,
like,
I'm not
I'll
gonna look
try
at that
it.
when I'm 30. Like, bro, what are you taking when you're 16?
Dude, it's gnarly.
I mean, there's just people that are just gifted genetics. I mean, you see
100%.
C-Bum when he was right out of high school. Like, he was just.
See, Ronnie qualified for Olympia naturally.
I'm not gonna lie. He says that. He claims
Hey,
that.
I believe him.
He can take gear until like 30 though.
I know, but I think
Do you actually believe it?
I think I believe it.
You believe it?
I think so.
I don't know, man.
I'm falling for the check because here's my logic.
I feel like
Maybe
you said
I'm
it as
dumb.
a joke. I
But
don't
if you're keeping the same story when you're like in your 60s,
Yeah.
you gotta be. I mean, I don't know.
know,
I don't
man.
know. I believe him. Maybe.
That's a tough one. I don't know. He was massive though.
Yeah, dude, he was so big.
I was like, no. I mean,
But then he blew up. So
yeah. Then he
Who
started.
knows?
I think it took like a little bit at first,
maybe.
like where it was like.
It's the I'll take
Oh.
test, and then when I add D-ball, that's when I'll say it.
Yeah, guys, try the Trentwins workout below. I'll put it in the description. Thanks for watching. Give Caden a follow on Instagram and TikTok. See you guys in the next video. Peace, go freak. Out.